Hello, welcome back to Outside In. My name is Steven. I have something pretty interesting that I want to check out today. What it is the Andemon smoke leak detector for vehicles. There's so many different things you can use a smoke detector for. I do a lot of photography and videography. About 2 years ago, I bought a little smoker and it works great. It absolutely does work incredible. Let me go get that real quick and show it to you. Okay, and here it is. It's called the Fog Machine Smoke B, and it's about $200. These are nice. They really are nice. The smoke that comes out of here is absolutely incredible. I'm gonna do a test with the truck to show you how it works, but I wanna show you what you can do with this as a smoke machine for photography and for videography. I hate buying something and only can do one thing with it. But with this, you can do all kinds of testing with a car for testing leaks. Comes with a valve stem remover. Doesn't come with any oil, so you have to buy oil. I found this on Amazon, smoke machine oil, specifically for the smoke machine. Let's take a look at the machine. Okay, this is the power switch. This is the smoke switch. So you turn the smoke on or turn it off. So that way you can just, this has a built-in air compressor. You can pump your pressure up into that and then see if the pressure drops off to see if you have a leak. Then you can either do it with smoke or you can just turn the smoke off. Here is the lid where you take off, where you fill it up with oil. Okay, it comes with this hook that screws into the top so you can hang it up. And now this here is the drain plug. Can't take that off right now because I have some oil in there. But if you unscrew this, you can drain your oil. And they recommend in the manual that you put, 10 to 20 milliliter, but on their website it says you can put 100 milliliter in it. Now somebody filled it all the way up till it started spilling out, and it was, he said, 326 milliliter. That is a lot of oil, and he said that it was spitting everywhere. So he said don't do that. So anyway, I would say 100 milliliter would be perfect for filling this up to do a job. But then they said after you get the job done, they recommend that you drain it if you're just going to let it sit for a while. Drain the oil out of it, and then the next time go back and put oil in it again when you're ready to go. This here is the port that you plug your hose into that it comes with. That's your outlet, your smoke outlet. Okay, now this is what I wanted to caution you about. There's some negative reviews about this. One of the main negatives about this is this right here. See? What does that look like? Yeah, you know what that looks like? That looks like the AC port on the back of your computer, doesn't it? Well, guess what? A computer cord will most definitely fit in here because that's exactly what this is. What I want to say is please do not do that because if you do that, you're going to see what I see a lot of the negatives about this. Smoke. You're going to see smoke where there shouldn't be smoke, and it'll be because you threw 110 AC into this. So do not use a computer cord by mistake. This is a 12-volt system. A lot of people are ruining their machine because they're plugging in a computer cable thinking that it runs on an AC, and they don't read the manual. It comes with this cord, and on the other end of this cord it comes with alligator clamps to plug into your battery on your vehicle. Okay, so since this won't reach into the back of my truck, I'm using my 12-volt battery, and I'm just going to carry it back there and plug it in. Now it comes with a cone with a little hole in it, so you can put it up to your exhaust pipe or anywhere else in the truck underneath the hood for air intake that has a real big opening. You can stick this in there. This is the main hose that goes to the machine, and this is the output for the smoke to come out. And then this just plugs right into here, and then you stick this in your exhaust or what other orifice that you have in your vehicle that you need to get smoke into. Comes with a variety of these plugs, different sizes. I feel like I'm playing Jenga. Jenga, anyone? Okay, I'll just set that one on the side. See, it comes with a lot of different plugs. Plus it comes with this little adapter. So many different neat things you can use these for. If you had dual exhaust on your vehicle, this bigger one would probably be the one you would need, or this one, to plug up the other exhaust pipe that you're not putting smoke into. So that way, once your system gets smoke in it, it's not going to come out and you're going to lose your smoke. So yeah, and plus it'll help pressurize, keep everything pressurized. So whatever you're going to test for pressure, if there's another outlet, you can use one of these plugs to plug that up so it doesn't, no air escapes or smoke escapes. It comes with a bottle for oil, and it has milliliter markings. It goes from 10 up to 100 milliliter. Now it comes with no oil in it. I've mentioned it 2 or 3 times to this company if they could start including, because that's a lot of the negatives that I see about this machine, is it comes with no oil. So once they get this in the mail, they're excited to get out and check their car, and then they have to go buy oil or order oil before they can even use it and wait 2 or 3 more days. If you're going to be several hours testing something, you might want to put 100 milliliter in it. I just put a mark at the 50. I filled it up with the smoke oil that I bought on Amazon to the 50, and then I'm going to show you how you put it in there. First thing you do is you got to take this silver cap off here. Then if you can see, there is, I gotta be careful, there's oil in it. There's a little hole down in the center of that. And then once you fill this up, you take the little cap off the top of it, and then you just let it go in. It's easy, because if you squeeze it too hard, it'll come splashing out. So I just wanted to put an extra 50 milliliter just to make sure that I had enough oil in here. I didn't want to run it empty or run it dry while I was doing the test, because I know it's going to probably take a little while for the smoke to make it up to the engine. So I just wanted to make sure there's going to be enough in here to do the test. This is a main hose it comes with. This here is screwed on to this right here when you get it. But you just take that off, and then you slip it over this hose, and you push this hose into the machine up to the threads, okay? And then you bring this up and you screw that on to tighten the hose up with it, with the machine, and now you're there. Okay, and then remember, do not use a computer AC cord, because you will cause a different kind of smoke in this thing that you do not want to see. Yeah, it's only $80, but $80 is a lot of money, believe me, when you don't have any. And I don't have any, so yeah, even $80 is a lot of money. So what you'll do is you'll just take your cord that looks like an AC cord, but it's not. I wish, Andemon, if you're watching this, please, you've got to change this. I see too many comments where people had to throw it away because they didn't know it was 12 volt and they plugged their AC cord into it and fried it. So if you could change that, like a barrel plug would be the best thing for this instead of this. This is just too tempting for somebody to, or somebody else come over to use it. They don't read the manual. They don't know it's a 12 volt system. They say, oh, he forgot to give me the cord to go with it. I'll just go get my spare computer cord and plug in here. And then they get that magic smoke. Yeah, you don't want that magic smoke. This cord, the end of it looks like a computer cord, so don't use your computer cord by mistake. We don't want to see any magic smoke. I know I don't want to see any magic smoke. Now, what we'll do is we're going to plug this in. This is the positive side of the battery. So I'm going to hook the positive side up. This is the negative side of the battery, and then I'm going to hook up the negative side, okay? And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this adapter here. I'm going to plug into the hose and then stick this up against the exhaust pipe. All right there. Is that plugged into the exhaust hose right there? All right, now this here is the power. Now it's on, it's running, and this light is on, LED light for the power switch. Now this light is off. That's for the smoke. Then you put the switch down if you want smoke to come out of here instead of just air. Put the switch down, the light comes on. Now smoke is going to start coming out, and just a little bit here. Yeah, there it goes. All right, let's go ahead and plug this in. All right, now let's go up to the truck. All right, now I know I have a leak up here. I mean, I smell the smoke, and when I went to a garage, they told me that this exhaust manifold gasket was bad. Huh, I smell the smoke, but I don't see it. Oh, come on, where are you at? Could it be underneath the truck? Oh my, well look at there. I got a hole in the exhaust pipe. I'll be darned, I didn't even know that. Wow. That's where a lot of the sound is coming from, I guess. The exhaust leak, maybe. Wow, I got one there. But that's strange. Where in the world? This is weird. They told me I had an exhaust leak up here, but I do not see any smoke. I do not see any smoke. Let's see if I can cover that up. That'll help. Let's see. Look at that. That's a pretty big one right there. That could be why the smoke isn't making it up to the engine. Unless there is no exhaust leak up here. I don't see anything. Let me know in the comments if you see anything, but I just do not see anything. Now, I smell the smoke like I said, but it could be because the wind is blowing it this way. I absolutely do not see any smoke up here. Maybe it would work better if I was inside somewhere in a garage and I didn't have these two exhaust leaks back here. One there that I tried to cover up, but this one's even worse. Yeah, that's pretty bad. That's a pretty bad leak right there. So that's where all my smoke is going. Okay, so anyway, let's turn this off. That's pretty awesome though. That's why the smoke wasn't making it up to the engine. But at least there you can see how it works. This thing is great for finding leaks. Yeah, that's awesome. I love this thing. This hose on this cone pulls off. Now what this is, they call it a smoke machine filter. Well, I looked for smoke machine filters and I couldn't find anything. But guess what I did find when I was looking for sponges? This is for a fish tank. This is called a pre-filter. Algae pre-filter that goes down into your fish tank. That's all this is. And they're like, you can get a pack of them for like $6. This is probably a 0.4 or a 0.6 opening. And you can get them up to 0.8, I think. But just get whatever size your hose is going to be so it fits on there snugly. But I have this hose that I think I got with my smoke machine that I showed you earlier. And I like this one because it's clear, but it's a little bit longer too. So you can get any hose. Let me turn it on, show you how good it can be for photography. If you turn this on and let it start smoking, it is great for smoking up an area to add the smoke to your scene in the sunlight or whatever. But if you stick one of these on there, it works better with no wind. But the smoke just lays down like this cloud. Now, you know what? So I can show you, I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to take this inside the house and then I'm going to do it. All right, let's turn the smoke machine on. Okay, and this is how it comes out. You can fog up a room, put smoke around an object to photograph it, or you can use one of these. That is pretty awesome. See, watch it lay the smoke down. gonna do is I'm gonna take this hose off of it and unplug the not computer cable. Remember, don't use a computer cable in this for AC. That will fry it. Okay, let's see if we can, I guess, lean it back like this so you're not pouring anything out too early. So let's see how much oil it used. So there was probably about 60 milliliters in this when I started. After I added 50, it probably already had 10 in it. Wow. So there you go, it's empty. So let's see. Now this mark here is the 50 milliliter mark. It probably had 60 in it. Right now it's at about 35 milliliter. Okay, so that's it. The Andemon JS-108B. I will put a link in the description for this. Now, Andemon is supposed to be getting me a discount code, but we'll see if that happens before I upload this video. If maybe I'm not gonna wait a long time to put this video up. I may have to go ahead and just put the video up, and then if they give me the code, I can add it later in a comment. But anyway, you saw, this is awesome, absolutely incredible. I love this thing. This is gonna come in incredible handy for not only testing for leaks in your exhaust system, your air evac system in your vehicles. You could use it for inside the house in a tank. You're building a tank and you want to make sure there's, instead of filling it up with water, a fish tank, you can just cover off the top of it, stick this hose in there, and I can see some of you right now being, oh my gosh, that's a great idea. So yeah, stick it in, cover up your tank, and fill it full of smoke and see if any escapes. You can also walk around your house, putting it around your windows to see if there's any smoke, any leaks in your windows. So yeah, there's so many different ways that you could use a smoke detector for, a leak detector. Okay, so like I said, the smoke fog machine that I bought 2 years ago was like $200. This is $80. And you can use it for your car, you can use it for your house, you can use it for your bathroom, anywhere they want to check for leaks. You can, this is absolutely incredible for photography, for doing photo shoot, product photography, for video filming. If you want to make a short little film and you need a hazy look, this would be perfect for that. For $80, so many different things that you can use this for. So thank you, Andemon, for sending this to me. I had a blast playing with this, and I'm going to have a lot more blast playing with it. And so if you guys have anything that you would like to see me use this for, please let me know in the comments. If you wanted me to check different oils for you, what kind of smoke it puts out with different types of oils, anything that you would like to see, please let me know. I will create another video specifically for you. And again, as always, thank you for coming to Outside In for up-to-date, honest, truthful information. I told Andemon when they wrote me, I told them that because they wanted to see the video before I uploaded. I said, no, I don't ever do that. I said, because they told me they liked the channel and they like how I review products. But I told them that I said, I'm not going to do any different for you than I would anyone else. You know, if I find an issue with it, I will point it out. And if I can't recommend it, I will not recommend it. And I said, if you're okay with that, then I would love to review this for you. I love this. And it's great. Now, as far as how long it'll last, I did a lot of research on this before I decided to do this video. And a lot of people are still using it a year, 2, 3, 4 years down the road. They're still using these. And then sometimes, you know, you get a defective one maybe. So yeah, but if you do get one that's bad, contact them. If you do get one that's defective, because somebody's going to get one, somebody's going to get the defective one, because no matter how good a product is, there's always that 1, 2, or 3 that's floating around out there that's bad. So don't give a company a bad name just because you get a bad product from them. Somebody had to get it. Why not you? Why not me? So, and I get defective products, but the thing is, I contact immediately the company to find out what their customer service is, to see if they're going to stand behind their product. And from what I've seen, Andemon definitely stands behind their products. So 100% thumbs up. I completely, totally recommend this for mechanics, and especially because I'm a photographer myself. As you saw what I just did around my tank that I built, that is absolutely beautiful, stunning what this is doing. So yeah, videography, for filming, for photography, product photography, this would be absolutely amazing for that. There is a strong odor with the smoke, but I'm gonna see what it smells like when I get the baby oil in, if it'll be the same or not. But like I said, this oil, I'll put a link to it in the description. It smells citrusy. But when it's being burnt, it doesn't smell citrusy, not at all. But the effect is what you're after, not the odor. All right, so that's it. Thank you for stopping by. Thank you for coming to Outside In again. Sorry I haven't put up a video in a while, but lately I just haven't been able to afford to purchase anything for videos. So if you have a video idea, let me know what it is. If I can get what you need, I will do a video, or if it's a repair video, whatever it may be, just let me know in the comments. I will do my best to create a video for you. Thank you for stopping by. Take care of yourself, take care of each other. Find someone that needs a reason to go on, give them that reason. Find someone that needs to laugh, and make them laugh. God bless each and every one of us, and I will see you in the next one.